It's Friday, and of course, you're welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz right here on JoyNews on Multi TV. And you know, anytime we come around this time, it's all about the updates in your world of entertainment. And today, I have some veteran actors talking more about their colleagues. I also have Kofi Mole talking about his song, Don't Be Late, what inspired it. And well, Tyler Perry also has so much to talk about his studios. Man, the man has been trending for God knows how long now after opening that massive studio. This and many more here on the show. My name is Doreen Avio. Don't go away. If you just tuned in, this is Let's Talk Showbiz, and of course we are starting with veteran actors Fred Amugi and of course his colleagues Oscar Provençal and Mickey Osebe. So we're starting with them, and Fred Amugi says that anytime he actually sees some of his colleagues begging for alms, he actually gets saddened by it because, you know, they all started in the industry, and it looks like, in as much as they are still in it, some of them are still struggling. And when I say struggling, I'm talking about the veteran actors, and he wasn't the only one talking about that. His colleagues Oscar Provençal and Mickey Osebe also had their opinions on that as well. They had that interview with my colleague Ibrahim Benbako.
Do you think we have accepted and celebrated our heroes in our space? And when I talk about space, I'm talking about entertainment and showbiz, because that's where we find ourselves. Do you?
Nope.
We haven't?
Yes, we haven't, because Oscar, said, there have been people within the industry who are giving their all, but how did they leave this sinful earth? They were paupers before they took their last breaths. Why should it be so? Let us celebrate those we know who have done it now, before it gets late.
Have you heard of Kofi Lane's cry for alms? Kofi Lane, Kwashe, have you heard it?
Yes, I think I read something.
It came to our attention this morning.
Yeah, I think I read it yesterday somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we've also had the situation where Ado, I've forgotten the name, but Akpeche, William Ado, also cried out for alms. When you hear these things, and these are people, one way or the other, you started with, how do you feel?
I feel really bad, because it could be me, but maybe it's only by God's grace.
What did you do right that probably they couldn't get to do right?
I wouldn't know. The other question is, what did they do wrong that I didn't do?
So what are you doing right?
I don't know.
Right, so you heard from the veteran actors in the movie industry, and we are hoping that things get better for them. Now, moving on, remember we're still in the month of October, the breast cancer month, and well, so many awareness has been created around it, and this is where I tell you once again that if you haven't gotten your breast checked, you should do well to do so. And talking about that, Stephanie Benson is no news anymore. It's like she's been through it, and I guess she's a survivor, but she doesn't limit herself to maybe certain things because of that. She's always free to talk about it. And well, today she was on the Cosmopolitan Mix with Mama V Owusu-Abuaji. She's been sharing her experience and live after everything to do with the breast cancer.
I remember when the reconstruction stage, I remember looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, what's he going to think? Because I always had really big breasts. But then I walked into the bedroom, I walked into the bedroom after it sort of just healed a little bit, and I was in lingerie, and I put like a lace bra on where you couldn't see that I was wearing a nipple, and I was just dancing in front of it. I mean, I do crazy things like that. And it made him smile. So he actually just forgot the fact that I didn't have the breast that I did before. So, I mean, but then you have to compensate in other ways. Girls, ladies. Okay. But that's because it's my character. Not a lot of people are like me. I take things lightly. I never take life really seriously. I mean, I'm sitting here that you have enough to give me like bigger breast. Why not just come to you for the fact? I love it. I'm so jealous of her breast.
But do you miss yours though?
I do, but I don't let it linger. As soon as I go, oh, I really want big breasts, and I'm thinking, oh, God, I'm rocking these ones. It makes me look really young as well, having tiny little breasts, so.
But we're still looking for nipples for you.
I just want nipples. For heaven's sake, somebody give me some nipples.
But Stephanie, how did your children take it? Did they understand at the time what you were going through?
Yes, I think my children, from the moment I found out, I went home and I sat them down. I said, listen, this is what's happened. They saw my mother, well, not my aunt go through it, who was like my mother after my mother died. She became my, everything. So they were a little scared, but then I went, hey, the worst is going to happen right now is I'm not going to have any nipples. I'm going to do what I need to do to stay alive. So everything I did privately. I mean, I paid for every single process, not through insurance or anything, only because I'm one of the best doctors, because I'm lucky enough to be able to do that.
But that must have been expensive too.
It was ridiculously expensive. I did all in London. You didn't do anything. I mean, I had some of the best doctors. At one point, I had 4 doctors in the room doing the surgery. So I have been very, very, very lucky, because I actually had to undergo about 30-something hours of surgery. The first time, after 14 hours of them getting rid of the breast, they had some complications because I started, hemorrhaging. I think because one of them failed, for some reason, blood was filling through my chest, so they had to rush me back in after 2 hours for another 8 hours to clear it. And then when I came back, for some reason, this left breast was causing so many problems. And then 2 hours later, I was back again. They had to take a rib to help, with the reconstruction again. I mean, it was just ongoing. I actually thought I was gone. We thought I'd go, and my blood levels were so low they had to give me, I think it was just under 4, my hemoglobin, so they had to give me 4 pints of blood. So it was, I don't know how to be honest, I just praise God. I know He wasn't going to take me anywhere, so I'm very spiritual. People don't believe it. I'm really so spiritual.
Who was by your side then?
When they took me in the second time, there was nobody. Because my husband had gone home. The first surgery was over. He rushed back, though. And I had Juliet. Juliet flew in from New Jersey. Juliet from Pink for Africa. She flew in from Jersey to come and sit next to me. And my best friend Sylvia was on the phone, praying with me, and it was just such a beautiful thing. And I have a really good friend, Bernard, who is also constantly on the phone. And they told me to write my words down, so I wrote the song "I'm Worth It" and "Dear Lord" with my children and my prayer. And I think when I put all of that on paper, I felt so good. I felt really good, and I felt like it came out of something. I've always been a carefree person anyway, but I think I'm much more so. But yeah, it was a beautiful experience for me, although it was the hardest time I've ever had in my life. I mean, when you think you're gonna die, and but I'm thinking.
But here you are today.
I'm here, annoying all of you Ghanaians. It's cool, right?
Isn't she exciting to listen to? I just love her to bits. And Stephanie Benson is always amazing to talk to her. Now, moving on, we have something on Kofi Molina. His song "Don't Be Late" has been one song that has received a lot of airplay. But one will ask, what actually inspired this particular song? So Kofi Molina on this song says that it was inspired by his ex-girlfriend. I don't know after the song whether he's had the opportunity to talk to her again or not, but he talks more on the song "Don't Be Late."
A girl will break my heart, make her do "Don't Be Late." She did
At what point did she leave you after "Don't Be Late"? Or
that was before.
Before "Don't Be Late"?
Yeah.
So when she left you now, you now went to the studio to record "Don't Be Late"?
Yeah, sure.
So that's a blessing in disguise.
I've always been thanking her for it.
Like you said, thank you to her for leaving you.
So thanks for everything. Like, you made me someone I've always dreamt of becoming like, yes, the taxi.
And so when you said that to her, what does she say?
Sometimes she laughs to it.
Yeah. You have to give her some of the money you're enjoying.
Yeah, I saw it once in a while.
Right, so that was Kofi Mole on his song Don't Be Late. And now let's move straight to Tyler Perry, who is still trending for his studio. I see pictures of it and I'm like, wow, this studio is huge, and I'm sure lots of great movies will be shot in that studio. But of course, for Tyler Perry, who has been emotional about it, has been talking more about the studio.
We are sitting in Tyler Perry Studios. What is it like for you coming through the gates each day?
Gratitude. I'm just thankful. I feel this tremendous sense of obligation for all the people who helped me get here. Ones I don't know, ones I may never know. You know, people who bought tickets and came and stood out in the rain and got babysitters to come see the plays early on, who believed in me, all the way back to the ancestors who prayed for one day, a generation, to be able to be in this position. So I'm humbled by it. It's just gratitude. I'm grateful.
What does it mean to, having come here in the 90s, self-finance your first play, to now have this footprint here? What is this legacy that you want to?
Being the home of Dr. King and having the dream and being able to come here and live here. I'm telling you, when I first got here, I saw Black people doing well, which blew my mind, who had houses, who went, the families went to dinner. My family, we never went to dinner. We didn't, you know, the house, our neighborhood was not great. And to see that, this is what I tell people, exposure is so important. If you see it, that means you can do it. And when I got here, I saw something vibrated in me that I thought, this is where you need to be.
Now, you talked recently about House Bill 481 and the Heartbeat Bill, and why you specifically said, you know, I will not up and leave Georgia.
First of all, when you put $250 million in the ground in one place, you can't just go, okay, I'm out.
There are some studios that are saying, you know, we'll donate our fees, donate our, you know, the money that they're getting from being here. Do you think that's enough?
Well, of course it will help, but I also think that may be about some sort of, out of some sort of guilt. I just wish everybody would just take a deep breath. Everybody calm down. I know we're in an era where a hashtag can change everything, but just take a deep breath about this thing, because there's a lot of things at work here that are bigger than what we're seeing. And just like being shot down recently by the courts, just let it play out. Calm down. No need to slit anybody's wrist just yet. Just calm down.